Okay, hello. Welcome to your Wednesday, April 15th, Jedi Knight help video. It's also going to be for Thursday, April 16th as well, but I'll tell you when to pause for Thursday. Today, April 15th, is Mr. Ladig's birthday. He's 112 years old. Isn't that great? Just joking. Now he's 43 like me. So now we're the same age. So I'm a little bit older than him. I'm older than him by like 8 months. Okay. All right, guys, let's practice a couple that I see you. Some of you still not quite getting the right answers on our quizzes. So the first one is, what is 1/4 of 1/2? So what is 1/4 of 1/2 is what I tried to write on my board. What you do there is, remember, of means multiplication. So take 1/4 and multiply it by 1/2, and you'll get 1/8. That's it. 1/8. Done. What is 1/4 of 1/2? Okay, so you take 1/2 and make it smaller. Like, what's 1/4 of just 1/2 of a donut? It's going to be 1/8 of a donut. And then the next one I did here was, well, you have to multiply here, which you can do straight across, pretty easy. Find the quotient. This is where you're going to do keep, change, flip. And then here for this division, make sure that you move the decimal over once in your divisor, which means move it once in your dividend, which means no decimal in your answer. Here's adding fractions. Let's do this one. 1 2/5 plus 4 9/10. Okay. Okay. 1 2/5 plus 4 9/10. So the denominators are 10 and 5. They can't be different to add them. So go ahead and find the common denominator. If I think of 5s, 5, 10, I land on that 10. So keep that 10. That's going to work for us. 4 9/10. Don't mess with that guy. Just multiply this 5 by 2 to get to 10, but you have to do it to the numerator as well. So now it's 1 4/10. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 2 is 10. And keep your whole number the same. Add those guys up. 4 plus 9 is 13. Denominator is 10. Please notice that's improper, so we're going to have to work with that. 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is improper. We don't want to leave it like this. So we are going to think of inside this 13 tenths, how many tens go inside 13 without going over? And that answer would be 1. So take 1 10 away from the 13 and give it to the whole number. So it's not 5 anymore, but now it's 6. And then what did we have left between 13 minus 10? We had 3 left over. Keep the denominator the same. There's your answer. 6 3/10. One of the other questions was, draw an obtuse isosceles triangle. That's fun. So obtuse, an angle that's bigger, grander, larger than 90 degrees, right? So you want to have a large angle inside your triangle. But isosceles tells us something very special. It tells us that two of the sides have to be exactly the same length. So if I make sure I have my obtuse angle there, just make sure these two sides are the same length. So we can say maybe they're 6 inches and 6 inches. And then you're going to have the long side, maybe 9 inches there. These two sides are the same. So I drew it with the congruent symbols too. So obtuse, isosceles, those two sides are the same. Two sides for isosceles. Obtuse has an obtuse angle in it. Done. The other two angles will end up being acute. Okay, and then this one was concerning me. Uh-oh. I don't mind erasing that because I know you can rewind me. The next one, this one's been concerning me. You guys, oh no, you're forgetting. 3 squared means to multiply it on top of itself, not 3 times 2. No. Multiply the 3 on top of itself. So it means 3 times 3. Okay, so make sure you write 9. All right, is that? And then the same with 11 squared. Please don't think it's 11 times 2 because it's not. It is 11 times 11. 11 times 11, which is? All right. Okay, let me know when you have questions. That's your help for Wednesday. You can pause me or stop me if it's Wednesday. And then I will start the Thursday one here in just a minute. Okay, guys, here's your Thursday help for your math spiral. So this will be Thursday, April 16th. All right, so let's check out our Jedi Knight math spiral. I thought I would do the first one right here, which is what two fractions are being multiplied in this model. Okay, so that would be my first one. I drew it up on top. So I tried to use blue and black, and you can't really see that, but you can see it on your paper. What I want you to look at are rows first, okay? And I want you to see that there are, you're looking at this problem right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So that's going to be a denominator of one of your fractions. And then in the rows, how many of them are shaded? There are 1, 2, 3 full rows shaded, okay? And it's being multiplied by the columns. How many columns total do you see? Do you see 1, 2, 3, 4 columns? And how many are fully shaded? Fully shaded, 1 and 2, all the way down, 2, 4. Okay, and then you would just multiply that if you really needed to. But the question says what two fractions are being multiplied. That is what you want to write down, 3/5 and 2/4. And then the multiply across, you just go straight across. No bigs. Here, 5 and 4/9 minus 2 and 1/5. Okay, so the denominators are different here for both of them. So go ahead and use that strategy of using the opposite denominator to multiply by. So 5 and 4/9, I'm going to multiply by this 5 here. Okay, so times 5 and times 5. So your whole number stays a 5, but the denominator, or excuse me, the numerator, the fraction's going to change. 4 times 5 is 20, and 9 times 5 is 45. Here, whole number stays a 2, but we need to change that 5 into also a 45. We'll go by times it by the 9. So times 9 times 9. So keep the 2, and then you have 9 45ths. And this is the subtraction when I pulled. So 20 minus 9 is 11. Denominator stays the same at 45. 5 minus 2 is 3. 11 and 45, you're good. You just keep that. There's nothing to simplify for. Okay, and for this division of decimals, I thought would be important because some of us are still working on moving our decimals. So there's a decimal in the divisor, so I want you to move it twice out to make it a whole number, which also means move it twice in here in the dividend. Then you get to erase the hubbub. So it's really turns into 5.6 divided by 7, okay? All right, so 7 does not go into 5, so you know it's going to be, bring your decimal straight up. How many 7s in 56? Which actually turns out perfect, doesn't it? With an 8. So your final answer is 0.8, the quotient. Last one I want to make sure I review is our square. 10 squared. That is 10 times 10. Be careful, multiply on top of itself, which turns out to be 100. I think I just heard Julia screaming in her e-conference. Watch out, middle school teachers. Alrighty, you guys are doing a good job on these last ones. I don't know if you need any help. I think you're doing just great. So we just finished that chapter. You guys are awesome. Let me know what questions you have. Can't wait to hear from you. Bye.